We're back with What's the 411 Sports, and we're with one of the men who's putting this whole thing together, Senior Vice President of Corporate Communications for the Yankees. This is a really important figure in terms of working with Ms. Lewis for MLB, Brian Smith. Brian, great to see you.
Good to see you. We're honored to be here today. This is an amazing event. As you can see the turnout, we have tons of people here, job seekers and vendors, and we're looking forward to be a productive 2 days here at this summit.
No doubt. It's got to be exciting, bringing it to New York. Were you guys instrumental at all in making sure it came to New York this year?
Well, we had some conversations in-house, and we went back and forth with baseball, and we decided that this is something that we are committed to on a day-in, day-out basis, and it would be a great thing to bring it here to New York.
No doubt.
And we were excited to partner with Major League Baseball, Wendy and her team, to make it happen.
No question. I got to ask you, with regards to the diverse efforts that you guys are making at Yankee Stadium, and it's so well known what the club does, is there an outreach at all in terms of other diverse pockets as far as minor league baseball or the RBI programs, anything like that you know could bring more of that feeling to Yankee Stadium and to the organization?
Well, I can tell you this, across the board, there's a push to promote and sustain an inclusive environment.
Sure.
And when we mean that, it's not only for the job seekers, for the vendors, it's for our neighbors.
Yeah.
We have to provide access, and if you don't, you're not a productive neighbor, and we're committed to be a productive member of our community.
Excellent.
We do that by hosting events at the stadium. I was talking to some teachers a couple of weeks ago, and they said the most exciting classroom in New York City is Yankee Stadium, where we host our diversity business initiative, where we engage local youth to expose them to careers in the professional sports field.
Excellent.
In addition, through our programs such as Healthy Home Plate, where we take young people in from our community who are recognized. You know, unfortunately, our community is recognized for a number of areas where we're in first place where you're not excited about.
Right.
For example, it's juvenile diabetes, you know, stage 2 diabetes in youth, obesity, and so on, asthma. Well, we came up with this Healthy Home Plate initiative where we turn Yankee Stadium into a to a classroom to educate these young people on healthy lifestyle initiatives, and we bring them in on a consistent basis. So these type of programs and that ongoing commitment by the organization and that push from our ownership down to be a productive member and a cordial and a cooperative neighbor, that's our day-to-day focus.
Super. I got to ask you a few personal questions, just so we can get to know you a little bit better. Did you grow up in New York, or you're near New York?
I am from New York. I grew up in Mount Vernon, New York.
Great.
And because of our organization providing access, a young African-American male that grew up on the south side of Mount Vernon has the opportunity to talk to you today as the Senior Vice President of Corporate and Community Relations for the New York Yankees. Thank you.
Super. I got to ask you, Mount Vernon, I know Denzel's a big Yankee fan.
All right.
Are you guys partners at all? You hang out with Denzel much?
He's a little older. He's probably more around my sister's age.
Okay.
But I know he is a big Yankee fan.
Definitely.
We appreciate that. I've seen him around with the NY on his hat, and we thank him for that.
No question. Where'd you go to school?
I'm a graduate of Mount Vernon Public Schools. I went from Mount Vernon High School, and I went to undergrad and grad school at the University of Tulsa in Oklahoma.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I just got to ask, what took you all the way out to Oklahoma?
You know, I was fortunate. I was as a student athlete. I excelled playing I did decent in the classroom and excelled as a athlete on the football field.
Okay.
And I was provided the opportunity to get a full football scholarship to the University of Tulsa.
Super.
And I was recruited by a number of other schools, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get away.
Yeah.
And I went to Oklahoma. And the young New York kid from New York was down in Oklahoma, and it all worked out well.
I got to ask, where were you at before you came to the Yankees organization?
When I finished grad school, I was briefly with SoBro, South Bronx Overall Economic Corporation.
Okay.
I was a case manager and a teacher, but I knew I wanted to get into the sports industry. I still had that drive to work and be involved with sports. And I was able to make some contacts and got in front of some Yankee personnel and got my foot in the door as an intern.
Last thing, what do you expect from this summit, and where do you hope it goes in terms of future years?
As far as this summit, I wish everybody in attendance a productive 2 days. I want to see people coming out of here with not only securing job opportunities and vendors securing opportunities. I want people to come out of here to say, this is amazing. How can I continue this push and this drive? And just to be a part of that is incredible. And we want to see this grow from not only today, but on an annual basis.